Hello, guys and people and whoever's watching right now. Um, there's been a couple people who's asked me some questions recently, but there's a person or friend, um, spiritual acquaintance in the circle of friends I'm with, asked me two questions that I sometimes get stuck with myself, and I'm gonna try and answer them as possibly and honestly I can. And So basically, it's how can we be more honest without offending people, as it is very possible. And the other one was how do you cope with hypocritical people, especially in the so-called spiritual community, and like circle of friends that you're close with, or you know, the people who say they're on the same wavelength of you, like to understand, or you're um, you know, 'cause, people like say they're spiritual and Christians and all that, but there is there is a lot of people out there that I know who are two-faced, all in it for the money, and the material life has taken over their spiritual life, I think, or their spiritual path work. But at the same time, as well as I perceive that, and I think it's myself, and you can take it however you want, but this is how I'm honestly seeing it. Is It all depends on one's reality, really. Like, my reality is different to the person who asked me the question and who's going to get it answered to now. So basically, what I'm going to say is, how can you be honest without offending people as it is possible? Yeah. Well, I don't know about offending people as much because I don't ever sense myself. I don't ever my spirit guides whatever. Don't sense that I offend people. I just don't. I don't know if it's because of the Asperger's or whatnot. I don't know. I just don't get that. So it's like I'm straightforward. I'm blunt. That's me. Take it, leave it. It's not my person. It's it's just me. It's my being. Basically, cut story short, it's my being. Yeah, and the Asperger's is the label, and the Asperger's is a certain wavelength, frequency, conscious, and and so I see, I know I've got a different reality to a lot of other people, but there again, there's Asperger's people out there who I've engaged with, and they've told me they've got Asperger's, and they're totally different in a different aspect, in a different way to me, but I am pretty much on the same. But I think, like I said, it's just a label in that. So, and I think you know, it it not like back anyway. Back to the reality. It's and you say you don't want to offend people. Well, in this day and age as well, you can get offended easily. People, not you personally or your spirit, your soul, but other people. If they're programmed, as we know, they're programmed into the mainstream, knowing, narrow-minded, and their reality is their reality. That reality. There's a good chance you're going to offend people every day with some kind of knowledge or some kind of wisdom that you've got in your conscious, and you want to get out because you feel that it's right and it is righteous of you. So if you do that, and that's what I'm sensing, that you know in I've got another friend, I've got someone else who just comes out random stuff, like crazy stuff, says about pain problems and whatnot, and basically he gets them saying they're freaked out. So basically that's just the same as getting offended, yeah. So you can offend anyone in any different, like, in any way at all, really. It all depends on their reality. So what I'm saying to you is now, and what I do, because I feel like I offend quite a few people, but at the same time, when you offend people, there I feel like when I do, not I mean like proper offend, I mean like offend as in they don't understand where I'm getting at, and then they start realizing hang on, like, it's making sense here. Like, he might have said it in the wrong way to what I understand it is, and that's the offending bit. That's how you're offended. So if someone said something to me and I couldn't understand what they're saying to me, like, I'll give you a good demonstration in school, in primary school actually. It's just coming to my thought. Mr. Watts, I think, or Watson, or something like that. He said, can you come up with a word, a short, some kind of word beginning with N, and it's got to have 2 letters or something like that. It's something stupid now I think back about it, and so I answered straightforward, blunt. Still remember it, yeah. And I just turned around to him and shouted no, because everyone else was guessing and that, and they're all meant to put their hand up and get pointed at first, and then they'll speak. But I didn't. I said, fuck you, mate. I'm just telling you straight and blunt, this is how I feel, and the answer is no. And then he turned around and said, when I shouted that no, he said, don't shout out and no, or something like that. And when he shouted at me saying no, as in the answer is no, I was offended. But at the same time, I could see it in different ways. Yeah, that wasn't his reality. That was him fucking. Well, it is his reality, what he was doing at the time. But he was also a teacher. He's most probably programmed into a certain way how to treat pupils, how to manipulate, all this stuff anyway. But back to the offending bit. You can offend anyone in any way. I swear to God, you can offend anyone. Yeah, I feel like I offend people, but after I've offended them in their own reality, and they feel hurt, not hurt, but feel confused. I feel like they're confused because they're misplaced on the truth, and we do know the truth in our own little realities and our own little ways of seeing it. But at the same time, with all of our spiritual people, yeah, we get hypocritical people. I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, we get hypocritical people, and we get people who get offended and all that stuff. Yeah, and back to hypocritical people in the spiritual. Yeah, but even they're not hypocrites, and we know they're hypocrites. We are a hypocrite in some kind of way, and if you think about it, everyone is a hypocrite in some kind of way. But that's I feel like that's more of how you see it really, and how you perceive. It's all about the perception, and reality. That's more of the point, more deeper to the point of this really. It's your reality. If you if someone says something to me blunt and straightforward, and it depends what they said and how they said it. That's what I'm saying. I'll get offended in depending how they said it. That's what I'm saying. When I have done these radio shows, cut cut story short. When I've done these radio shows, I feel like I've offended people, like smoking, and maybe letting a swear word out. I try and not swear and that, but I get really angry about the government, and I feel like everyone knows that by now, and but that's my reality, and this is my reality, and I've got the same reality, but in a different kind of way because everyone's different, but we've all got this one connection. All spiritual people, everyone, every human's got this one connection, and it's a spirit, and that is the divine spirit. But we've got the TV, we've got the propaganda, we've got the paper, we've got the media, we've got the internet now, we've got other things. Even though the internet is a good thing, it's a really bad thing unless you're clued up. And I don't mean clued up as a person, I mean clued up as a soul, spirit, because the children today, they're getting so manipulated. Like, it makes me angry, but it only makes me angry because they can't see it. But there again, when I was that age, 14, 15, getting up to mischief or doing whatnot, like, I didn't know any better, just like they don't know any better, but they do now because I'm around and I know this stuff. And I think now, like, a few young people around my area do know what I'm on about. They don't understand what I'm on about, but they do know about spiritual stuff, and they hear it from other people, and they hear it from other people who are like more out in the public now, as in the alternative, you know, like philosophers like David Icke, Alex Jones, Jordan Maxwell, they hear about these people because of the internet, and that's why the internet connection, the internet frequency is here also, as well as our defined frequency, is to manipulate in different ways. But unless you know how to use that, the energy that I'm always on about, the conscious is always around us. I'm not saying I see colours, I flipping wish I saw colours, because if I saw colours then I wouldn't feel so mad and crazy, but I don't feel colours, but I sense colours. I don't mean I sense the colour, I sense the vibration of the colour. And like, yeah, I'm going off track here, but talk back to the hypocritical people, as well as what I was saying about them. I feel like, well, how do you cope with the hypocritical people? So, other than talk about ourselves here, we talk about how do you cope with other people. Well, just don't put up with it. If you feel like that, get them out of your life, get them out of your reality, because at the end of the day, they're negative for whatever reason. They're negative for your reality. Then they're bad. They're no good. Get them out. That's near enough to a spirit possession, but in a human way. That's why like I'm going cold. I feel shivering. I feel cold as I talk, and that's not because I'm cold, like properly, because I've got a jumper on. It's a nice day and that. It's because I'm getting confirmation right now that I'm talking about something, but I'm not going on too deep now because I'm going right off track. But basically, cut story short, and there's a second question last of all. Just don't entertain it. Don't entertain the negativity to manifest in your reality and manipulate you and your conscious and what you want to do. Because people, I don't know how. I'm not going to use people as an example, but I can use things as an example, and I use myself as an example all the time. But I know I've been a hypocrite in many ways, still am in many ways. But I feel like it's a human way. It's a human thing. It's just meant to be. It just always will be and always has been. Just like God, just like the infinite consciousness always has been, always will be there. The government, fucking no one else can ever take that defiant consciousness away from us. And going off subject now, so I'll leave it there. But just get them people out of your life. If they're no good for you, it's the straight answer to get them straight out of your life, and they're no good for you. And if you feel like then you may be losing out on a friend or a close one or whatever, trust me, yeah, I've not spoke to a certain person for a few years now because I don't really want to see them, because it will just upset me, because I'm angry at the government, the authorities, because I know they're unlawful, but at the same time I can't change that. And that person, or that person I'm talking about right now, that is their reality, that is their mission, their path, their awakening, their whatnot, like. So what I'm saying basically is that's what I've not done. I've not interfered with what it has to be, what will be, whether, unless it's being manipulated by me or other people, and I've not gone out my way to manipulate the natural and nature of what is going to happen, and that is meant to happen. And after all that time, after all that time, I'll get confirmed every time I even talking to myself in my head now, like that I'm right on what I'm right on. And all I'm just saying is get the people with bad negativity, get the negativity out of positivity, because it'll mess up your reality. You get me? Right, now I'll go on too long. So love, light, peace.